Hi everybody, this is lesson 5-4, conversion factors. Now some of the stuff I'm going to do in today's lesson is not in your book. It's a lot out of the 7th grade book, but and the reason why I'm doing that is because this is hard stuff. And so I want to get the basics down before we dive into anything a little deeper, because I think that's probably the most important part is getting some of this basic stuff down. So conversion factors, they can be tricky, but if you take good notes and you have to use your brain, like you might have to use your brain a little bit, you'll be fine. So the first thing I need to talk about is conversion factors and what some of them are. What are some important conversion factors you need in your life? Now, let me tell you, I'm one that would just say, hey, Alexa, how many feet are in a mile? Or how many cups are in a gallon? And I'm not going to lie, I do that. And I know you will too. But there's a few things you should just know off the top of your head. And I have a few conversions here that you should just know off the top of your head. If you don't know them, you need to get them written down. One of the biggest ones that people do not know is that 1 mile is 5,002. How come I'm not 5,000? How am I moving that? That's interesting. 5,280 feet. There we go. Okay, so this is a big one you will need to know. And I will never forget this. If you ever watched the movie Remember the Titans, there's a line in there that says, you're going to pick up this ball and run 5,280 feet, and you're going to run every one of them, and he's meaning a mile. So I will never forget that just because of that movie line. Some others you need to know. 1 week is 7 days. You probably know that. 1 yard, this is another one you maybe don't know. 1 yard is 3 feet. 1 day is 24 hours. And then pretty much over here, there might be some you really don't know. This is one you don't know, probably off the top of your head. This is one you don't know off the top of your head. I have a few others you maybe don't know off the top of your head, but I need you to know them for your homework assignment today. So 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. That means in 1 hour, that little hand ticks 3,600 times, which is crazy. It doesn't seem like it should be that, but it really is. Another thing, I always have people ask me about this. 1 year is 52 weeks. That's something I was surprised when kids were asking me a few years back how many weeks are in a year. That was interesting. So 1 year is 52 weeks. The next thing a lot of people don't know is 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. That's another thing that a lot of people don't know or don't know off the top of your head. So if you don't know some of these, a good idea to get some of these written down because you're going to use some of these for today's lesson. So our job is to convert some of these things to feet, miles, inches, whatever we're given. So if I look at this up here, and if I give you a little hint, I guess we can go back here and I might add something in here. If you're going from something like a bigger unit, so like for example miles, to a smaller unit, to like feet, you're going to multiply. You can use multiplication. Okay? So a bigger unit to a smaller unit. So if you think of miles to feet, that's from something really big to something really, really small. You're going to use multiplication. And then if you go from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. So for example, if I go from like inches to feet, you're going to use division. It doesn't seem like it should be like that. It seems like it should be the other way around. From smaller to bigger, you should multiply because your answer is going to be bigger. It's not like that for here, okay? So make sure that if you aren't sure, you kind of write some of these things down to help yourself. So, and it'll be more evident when we do some examples here. I think I got to go back. There we go. So I'm taking 52 miles, and I'm going to change that to feet. So if I think to myself, well, let's find the conversion, though, for what miles and feet is. I know that 1 mile, and I'm going to write that up here, 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So 1 mile is 5,280 feet. My next mile is 5,280 feet. My next mile is 5,280 feet. And I'm going to do that all the way to 52 miles. So I need to know how many feet are in 52 miles. And then another thing I can think of, okay, I'm going from something bigger to something smaller. So what am I going to use? I'm going to use multiplication. So I'm going to take 5,280 and I'm going to multiply that by 12. And I get, is that right? I'm sorry, by 52. And I get 274,000. And 560. That means there's that many feet in 52 miles. So pretty much from like my house to Sioux City, maybe a little farther than that. That's how many feet I would cover if I was going to go to my house in Granville to Sioux City. Pretty close to that. All right, so the next thing I have feet to inches. So like I said, I'm going from something bigger to something smaller again. So let's talk about what the conversion is. If I know 1 foot is 12 inches, okay, 1 foot is 12 inches. And if I have 67 feet, remember a foot is like a ruler. If I have 67 rulers laid out, imagine 67 rulers, how many inches is in those 67 rulers? And each ruler is 12 inches. So all I would have to do is take 67 times 12, and I get 804. 804 inches in that line is 67 rulers. The next one is 45 meters is 100, or how many centimeters? Okay, so think of meters like a meter stick. I have a meter stick, so if you want to see it, I'll show it to you. So if I have if I have 45 meter sticks, and 1 meter stick is 100 centimeters. Okay, so again, if I'm going something big to something small, I'm going to multiply again. So 45 times 100 would be this many centimeters. Okay, and then let's do one more. I'm going from centimeters to meters this time. So let's find the conversion. So is one, like I said again, 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Now look what I'm doing. I'm going from something smaller this time to something bigger. And we said we were going to do what this time? Right? Smaller to bigger? I would have to divide. So 4,892 divided by 100 would be 48.92 meters. That means I'd have 48 meter sticks. That's how many centimeters would fit in 48.92 meter sticks. Okay. All right, let's do a few more. So I have 45 hours to minutes. I know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, I'm going for something bigger to something smaller again. So I would take 45 times 60. I'll make 2,700 minutes in 45 hours. 12 hours is how many seconds? Ooh, I think before I said the conversion was 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. So if I have 1 hour, it's 3,600 seconds. My second hour is 3,600 seconds. My third hour is 3,600 seconds. And I do that all the way up to 12. I want to know how many seconds that is. So it'd be 12 times 3,600. And I get 432,000 seconds. That's how much that little thing goes around the clock. Let's just throw another one in there. Let's say we have 24 hours. So it's like a day. Let's figure out how many seconds that is. So let's see how much that little hand has to work in just 24 hours. So 24 times 3,600 would be, oops, I'm sorry. Erase. Wait, this can't be right then. I think I put too many zeros there. Let's go back. There we go, 43,200. Too many zeros. And then I did the same thing for this one. So 24 times 3,600. There we go, 86,400. I took 24 times 3,600. That's how many times that little hand goes around the clock in a day. That is crazy. You would never believe that, but it really does. That's nuts. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to just keep going here. I'm going to talk about is multi-step ones. Sometimes you get multi-step ones, and this is what I mean by multi-step. There's two things that are happening in this problem. So I have miles and feet, and I have hours and minutes. Okay? So the first thing I like to do is I like to take it literally in steps. Let's not worry about our hours and minutes. Let's worry about 20 miles to feet. So let's worry about this first. I want to change these miles to feet. Don't even worry about the hours and minutes, one step at a time. So if I have 20 miles and I'm going to change that to feet, okay, you know that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Okay, so how many feet is 20 miles? So let's see, we would take 20 times 5,280. And so this is how many, come back. Okay, feet in an hour. Okay, so that's how many feet are in 1 hour. I literally changed the miles to feet already. So what that says is this many feet in 1 hour. I did not change that yet. Now I want to change that to how many feet in a second. Okay, so now I'm going to worry about that feet and that seconds, or I'm sorry, the hours and the seconds. And I'm going to say to myself, okay, how many seconds are in 1 hour? Well, I know that in 1 hour there's 3,600 seconds. Okay, so if I know that I can go this many feet in this many seconds, because I just changed the hours to seconds. So if I can go this many feet, 105,600 feet in 3,600 seconds, I need to know what I can go in 1 second. It's back to our unit rates again. I want to know what I can do in 1 second. I'm going to take this number and I'm going to divide by this. That's going to tell me how many feet in 1 second. And I get a roughly 29.3 feet in 1 second. Okay, so there's a lot of steps to this, and like I said, it's something you probably just have to think about. All right, so 18 miles in 1 hour, and I'm going to change this to feet per second again, so just kind of what we did. So first thing we're going to worry about is our miles and our feet. Let's change that to feet. So 18 times 5,280 will be 95,040 feet per hour. Okay, and I'm going to change this to feet per second. So I already got my feet. Now I'm going to worry about this part right here. So I'm going to change this to seconds. So I know that 1 hour is this many seconds. So what this says is I can go 95,040 feet in 3,600 seconds. Now I want to know in 1 second what I'm going to go. So it'd be 95,040 divided by 3,600. That's going to tell me in 1 second how far I can go. And it's approximately 26.4 feet in 1 second. Okay. I want to try another one, and I'm going to give you another one. How much time? I'm at 12 minutes. Let's do one more. Let's do 10 miles per hour. And I want you to change that to feet per minute this time. Okay? So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change this to feet. So it'll be 10 times 5,280. I should know that it's just 52,800 feet in 1 hour. Okay, now I'm going to change this to minutes. So I know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. So this says that I can go 52,800 feet in 60 minutes. Okay. All right, now I know how I can go in 1 minute. So I would take 52,800 divided by 60. And that's going to tell me in 1 minute how far I can go. I can go 880 feet. Do your best. We'll talk about it again tomorrow. If you're not 100% sure, I can do some more examples from you tomorrow. I am not. You just got to tell me. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.